How do you solve a problem like a government institution that is running out of money? Well, spending more of it quicker. That seems to make sense, doesn't it? We're going to talk about it here on this episode of Aspire to Retire with Ralph Short, Tim Short, and Scott Earhart of Welcome Home Financial Partners. You can find them online, find out more about them, how to set up a time with them as well. WelcomeHomeFP.com. We've made it real easy for you. The link's right there in the podcast description. Take you right there. Set up that time again. WelcomeHomeFP.com. My name is Chris Swan, and as always, pleased to be joined by Ralph Short, Tim Short, and Scott Earhart. Gentlemen, always glad to be with you. How are we doing today?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing well. This story, I think, is interesting, and I'd love to get your take on it because we're constantly hearing that Social Security's trust fund is going to go dry in 10 years if the government does nothing to address the shortfall. They're throwing things out there, but nothing's really stuck yet. Here is something that they've thrown out that, I don't know, it's a bill that would create a program within the Social Security Administration to open an investment account for every child born in the U.S. It would put $5,000 in an index fund that grows and becomes available once they graduate from high school or get a GED. So spending money for people who haven't paid into it yet, I don't know. Wouldn't that make the funding problems worse? Doesn't this shine the light on the importance of retirees getting their claiming strategy right?
I think it absolutely does. There's an old saying from economists, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Mm-hmm. And somebody's going to pay for the American Dream Bill. There's just no way that you can give every child in America $5,000 on the day they're born and then let them cash it out at age 18 or 19. Whatever. Somebody's going to have to pay for that. And that's, honest to goodness, why sitting down with a financial professional, taking a hard look at your Social Security, your specific situation, what's right for you to claim it and maximize it for your specific situation is so important, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the person paying for a free lunch. You want to get what you've earned or what you've worked so hard for. And a big part of that for us as Americans is our Social Security at a retirement age that fits you.
You're right. There is no such thing as a free lunch, but I think the concept, not the free money concept, but the actual concept of getting kids more involved on investing and retirement planning, that kind of thing, is a good strategy. But we talked about this before in a estate planning episode. Is imagine giving $25,000 to an 18-year-old who just got out of high school. What are they going to do with it? If you look at it in the right way and they do the right things, maybe they use that for college. But if they don't, they're going to use it for partying, and they're going to use it for things that probably we don't need it for. So why are we going to fund something to that effect? So, when it comes down to claiming the right strategy for Social Security, we don't know what Social Security is going to do. There's a lot of naysayers out there. We have no idea what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, Social Security is a piece of retirement, but it is not the end-all, be-all, which is why we always kind of take a look at the retirement roadmap, because we want to make sure that you can control what you can to a point. Social Security and the government, let's face it, we can't control them. So we've got to have more emphasis on what we can do for ourselves instead of getting fed a free lunch or whatever it is.
So I have a question for all three of you, and maybe it's because I'm very cynical about the government, but nobody's mentioned the fact that if you receive $25,000, what is the ultimate goal of the government at that point in time? Is that going to be taxable to you? So guess what? They're going to get their money. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Is there a motive behind the motive? Or I'm not saying it's a wrong idea, but if you get something for nothing, you better look and see what the alternative motive is.
Yeah, and if it grows from $5,000 to $25,000, yes, there's probably going to be some taxes involved with that. And there are other ways, like the concept I said about having kids more involved and teenagers more involved on investing in retirement planning, that type of thing. There's other ways of doing that. So I don't know if that's one of the strategies behind this bill or not, but there are other ways to introduce investing and economics and whatever else in schools. So, but taxation is going to be there.
One of the questions I always have is, where are the parents in this situation? Why do we have to have the government teach everybody everything?
I think one of the things that all three of us enjoy the most is when we have a client bring in their beneficiaries, their children or their grandchildren, to sit down with us because they want to educate that, the next generation on how to do it. And it gives us an opportunity to meet them. They get more comfortable with us, and we can certainly help them understand exactly what mom or grandma's goals were and what the aspirations are with the money. So I'm not gonna go off on a government tangent here, but I'm gonna echo what Ralph said and what Tim is saying. There's better ways to educate the next generation, and we could certainly help you with that.
Definitely educating, letting people know what their options are as it pertains to their retirement, their investment strategies. That is what you guys do, whether the clients are, in that retirement age, whether they are a good bit away. They're just maybe setting out initially in the working world. This American Dream Act is something that is, the American Dream Accounts Bill is the proper name. It's not the law of the land yet. It's something that they've thrown out there like they throw out so many things. So who knows if there's any legs behind it? Probably not, but as things change down the line, as they want to do, if that does affect the overall retirement picture, being able to adjust a plan accordingly, it is all part of having that proper retirement strategy, having that retirement roadmap done. And that is what the guys at Welcome Home Financial Partners do, not just creating the roadmap, but maintaining it and adjusting it as necessary. WelcomeHomeFP.com is the website to set up a time and start developing that process, developing that roadmap. Perhaps you're already in retirement and you wish you had a bit of a mulligan. A recent survey by Lincoln Financial found just that. More than half of retirees said they would go back and they would do it differently. They would plan their retirement differently if they could. And 63% regretted not including investments that provided a steady income stream, saying they'd like to receive an automatic paycheck like Social Security, but perhaps more than that to actually fund the rest of their retirement. For those that haven't yet retired, how can you help them avoid this desire for a do-over? And for those who have retired already, is it too late for them?
Chris, you might have teed that up just about as good as anybody ever could in your transition there. My answer for anybody that is reading that and going, I don't want to be the person that wants a mulligan or a do-over, is to give us a call. Click on the link. Sit down with us. Let us walk you through our complimentary retirement roadmap process so you can understand exactly what your income stream is going to look like in retirement, and does that income stream today match up with the goals you have for however far along that is in the future. If it does, we're on a great track. We can help you maintain that track. If it doesn't, we can certainly show you some suggestions and some ideas, some techniques that will help you achieve that goal and give you that guaranteed paycheck that you're looking for in retirement so you can do everything it is that you want to do.
I think most people's dreams when they're starting work is, I'm going to retire early. I'm going to retire at 50, 55. Well, guess what? A lot of people are doing that these days, but they are regretting it right now because they didn't save enough money. They didn't anticipate different costs that they have in retirement. And guess what? It's kind of hard to go back to work because you need more money when you're in your late 50s. Most people don't want to hire somebody at that age because they know it's going to cost them more. So, if you get about 72% of the early retirees, they're going to tell you they wish they had done it a little differently. They wish they had saved more. They wish they had planned for that income stream that they didn't know anything about. So the other thing is they're looking at trying to maintain a lifestyle that they had before without income. That's very difficult. It doesn't matter how much money you got in your 401k if you cannot get the income out of it. The best way to fund your goals and dreams.
Yeah, and Chris, I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that it's only 60% of retirees that say that they wish they could go back, because I would say it's probably more like 90 or 95%, because, you can't do everything perfectly. I think we can all look back through our lives and say we could have done something a little bit different, whether it's financial or whatever. But what's important is today and what you can do today to take action and make sure that your retirement dreams come a reality. Right. So a lot of people nowadays, they don't have pension. We've already talked about Social Security and the fact that it might not be around in the same capacity. You've got to make sure that you can do what you can to generate that guaranteed income stream. But also, let's put an S on stream. We want income streams, not just one stream. So that's something that we sit down with everybody who walks in our doors, and we figure out what they're trying to accomplish, what their goals are, what they want to do for retirement, and then take it from there. Whether you're already retired or coming up on retirement, or you feel like you've done well or you feel like you haven't. We'd love the opportunity.
It's as easy as reaching out and going to welcomehomefp.com. We made the link available right there in the podcast description. There are no crystal balls in the offices. Welcome Home Financial Partners. There's no time machines. We can't go back and fix things that we've done before. What we can do is what they can do is help you develop a strategy now, so you're not looking back 5 years, 10 years from now and saying, I wish I had done it differently. There's no time like the present to really take charge and fine tune and hone your retirement plans, turning those accounts into retirement plans, whether it is with guaranteed income coming in or addressing taxation, addressing healthcare issues, all these different things. It's as simple as reaching out, setting up a time, beginning that retirement blueprint process. Again, welcomehomefp.com. Want to thank you, as we always do. Really do appreciate you taking the time, joining us here on Aspire to Retire, whether this is the first episode you've checked out or you've been with us for the duration here. Really do appreciate it. Hope you have a great day ahead of you. Gentlemen, hope you have a great day as well. And as we wrap up here, want to leave you with the final word.
Thank you, Chris. So yeah, there's I guess it's quoted somewhere, but something along the lines of, your car windshield in the front is bigger than the one in the back, and you need to be looking forward and not backwards. And I think that's what a lot of people get roped into when it comes to their retirement, is they're looking about what they should have done in the past instead of what they should be doing for the future. So if that's you and you're listening, we'd love the opportunity to bring you into the office and create some retirement income streams for you. Pick up the phone, give us a call. Thanks for listening, and take care.
All content is for information purposes only. It is not intended to provide any tax or legal advice or provide the basis for any financial decision, nor is it intended to be a projection of current or future performance or indication or future results. Opinions expressed herein are solely those of Welcome Home Financial Partners and Welcome Home Wealth Advisors, LLC. The information contained in this material has been derived from sources believed to be reliable, but is not guaranteed as to accuracy and completeness, and does not purport to a complete analysis of the materials discussed. All information and ideas should be discussed in detail with your individual advisor prior to the implementation. Each individual investor's situation is different, and any ideas provided may not be appropriate for your particular circumstance. Advisor services are offered by Welcome Home Wealth Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Virginia. Being registered as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Insurance products and services are offered through WPI Holding, Virginia Insurance License Number 138509, an affiliated company. The information contained herein should in no way be construed or interpreted as a solicitation to sell or offer to sell advisory services to any residents of any state other than the state of Virginia or where otherwise legally permitted. Welcome Home Wealth Advisors, LLC and Welcome Home Financial Partners are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.